Let's go! Josh Heupel, the best coaching job in week one of any college football coach, absolutely blowing the brakes off of Syracuse. We start off with an RPO action with Joey Aguilar. These linebackers are like, hey, brand new quarterback, brand new offense. We are going to sell out to stop the run, but no, little RPO action. Aguilar just replaces those backers with a really nice throw. Mike Matthews. Then, obviously, to go right into the second play, let's do another play action run. Fake the outside zone. And what's very interesting is Syracuse's numbers here are actually fine. It's just all the eye candy keeps you flat footed. And if the blocking is semi decent and it's run well, even though there's two extra players to this one, you're always going to pick up a good gain of yardage because of the wide splits. Really, really, really good stuff. So I just love this Tennessee offense. You guys know I have a huge man crush on Josh Heupel, and it's because of things like this. On 2nd and 1, even in a very soft quarters look right here, analytically speaking, you're supposed to throw, but not only throw, but throw deep, right? Because you have two more downs to pick up this yard. Why not take a shot? All right. And that's exactly what they do. They have pretty much everything covered, but you see at the top of this route, the receiver here can't quite see who it is, turns this DB around, right? He gets him vertical, and this DB gets turned. You could see it right there. And even with the guy right in his face, Aguilar just throws this bad boy up. And because there was a guy right in his face, it was underthrown, but still throwing it up high makes this, and you saw Matthews on the backside have a step there, clear pass interference penalty, and it's a first and goal. So this is, man, I can't tell you, like, how much I freaking love the play calling on this drive. This is just really, really, really sexy stuff. So Josh Heupel knows in this spot, Fran Brown, obviously a great defensive background. You want to blitz in this situation to make them not want to go for it on 4th down or force them to actually punt the football if you're able to get a sack. So what does Tennessee do? Well, they actually set up a running back screen away from the strength call right here, okay? So you can see there's a blitz, untouched blitzer right here. Guess what? These offensive linemen are slow releasing right here. And look at all this space to operate. Y'all, play calling is really hard. Josh Heupel makes life easy. And I want to say something to all the fools out there that want to make those stupid claims. Well, the Tennessee offense doesn't get you prepared for the NFL. Who gives a flying flip? So Tennessee settles for a field goal on this drive. I want to bring up this throw right here from Joey Football. Man, this is some really, really, really good stuff. The corner's back is to the sideline. It's kind of a weird leverage alignment. Rarely do you see the corner that pinned to the sideline with this back to the sideline right there. And obviously, this is simple for Aguilar. Throw this or throw this. And in a somewhat dirty pocket, he makes a nice throw to Brazel, who does a really good job of just finding a nice little pocket of space, and it is indeed a first down. So now we get to here, and honestly, this is just a really, really, really good run by Lewis, okay? You get a nice pull from the offensive tackle coming around from the right side, and Lewis had some work to do. You do return Kitzelman, you do return Lansard. You would like to see Lance play better this next year, and man, that's a really good block right there. You get this good down block, and look at this hole to run through. Now you have to be ready for these backers ready to fill. 72 misses his block right here. And guess what? It's mano a mano right here. This is what you do all those squats in the offseason. And guess what? Tennessee SECs this battle versus the ACC in scores. Biggest play of the game was his strip sack. This is some really good coverage on the back end. You could see that this overhang, give a lot of credit to this backer safety right here. You guys in the comment section, let me know. He's the one that actually makes this play. So you could see that Angeli's trying to work this in breaker. There's no way for me to know if this was open, but there was a safety capping this. So now Angeli doesn't know what to do. This honestly was good protection at first, but then it breaks down. And guess what? You get a hand on the football right there by the DT. Big play. I believe that's 94 right there. And now we are going the other way. And there you go. This was a very interesting situation. Obviously, Tennessee's defense is only going to get better, hopefully, with the healthy Jermon McCoy, but you get this absolutely positively massive tutty. So Tennessee simply put won the big play battle. They see a true freshman corner right here in Demetrius Samuel. Yes, he has inside leverage, but man, that's tough going up against these Tennessee receivers, especially in his first game. He is indeed a true freshman. And man, once again, these Tennessee receivers did a good job turning these DBs around. And this is just a whole lot of space for him to run through. And now we get back to the protection. Man, this heavy play action fake, I love that Josh is really good at throwing deep stuff when he has heavy personnel, right? Because number one, it makes you think with these two thicker tight ends in here, especially pinned in like this at this H-back fullback positions, you're thinking that this is going to be a pass and then, or excuse me, a run. Now, you also have the extra benefit of these two guys being good protectors. And notice, man, this thing is stalemated right here. Aguilar has all day to throw this football. I love the anticipation he actually throws this football with and the accuracy as well. This is just an absolute piece of work, this deep ball throw right here. The route was a thing of beauty as well, and it is pay dirt. I understand it looks like ants on the screen, but it is a thing of beauty. Really, really, really good stuff from Josh. All right, so we move ahead to a little bit later in this game. This is honestly some really good play calling. Josh Heupel had a nice run before this. It was the breakaway from Bishop, and guess what? These DBs are tired. You run a nice quick little screen right here, RPO action. All you got to do is count your numbers. And Matthews, you've always known he was talented, but man, a little shakety-bakety, Peerless Price style for a few extra yards right here. You love to see it. And if there was one thing that was certain, it was Tennessee just being the more physical team. Once again, they crunch in, they get really good blocks. Good job by the left tackle. Boom, that's a good block right there on the edge. And Bishop runs through one arm tackle, runs through another. Deuce Chestnut, the former LSU Tiger's not about that life either, and he finds his way into the end zone for a tutty. Alrighty, Tennessee fans. There's a new way to support us with memberships. I will be doing some bonus vol breakdowns throughout the season that members only will get. Obviously, you get a cool badge next to your name as well. So if you want to support Power Hour SEC, please sign up for our memberships. And I want to start doing some more Tennessee live streams. This is honestly some really good stuff in this third quarter. And this wasn't an easy read for Aguilar. So you're running an option away from the strength call here. And he's got a difficult read to make in this spot. So he sees that he doesn't like the picture on the pitch. It doesn't look the absolute worst, but he sees that this linebacker scraping over the top over pursues. So he just runs right behind him. That's some really savvy reading of the game. He just follows his block. And on 3rd and 7, you don't even have to throw to pick it up, and you pick up a nice first down. 3rd and goal. My goodness gracious. This is where you can't really just say, hey, it's just Heupel. Honestly, this is some ridiculous playmaking right here by Joey Aguilar, who has in the past had a tendency to have some rough red zone interception. So on the bottom of the screen, it looks as if Tennessee is running double China 7. So that means it is an in-breaker here, an in-breaker here, and a deep corner route here. Okay, so this is potentially open. I would need to see this picture here to the bottom of the screen. I would need to see what the corners were doing to the bottom. It would be interesting to see if this was open on the corner, but apparently it wasn't. So Aguilar extends the play. He sees that he's able to step up into this pocket. The only problem, and this is what I would tell him if I was his QB coach, if that's open in the back corner of the end zone, you probably do just need to throw it, because if you do scramble out here to the left, there are no receivers running routes to the left over here except the RB, Star Thomas. I read that he's from Homer, Louisiana. Has there ever been a running back from Louisiana with the Tennessee Vols that has been any good? Maybe so. Let me know in the comment section. Good throw, good catch. All right, so we get to this 3rd and 4. This ended up being a really critical down. Obviously, just based on this look, if you're Tennessee, you got to like your proposition for a QB sweep. So you're able to get everything pinned down here on the backside. The problem is your running back, Peyton Lewis. This is one of the lousier blocks I've seen a Tennessee running back make. So you could see that the puller right here whiffs this linebacker, and now we need something. I truly do believe if you're able to get a cleaner block or you're able to seal him to the inside, I think you have a chance to pick this up. But watch, he whiffs him as well. Doesn't really even get a piece of him. It's not an easy block, but now instead of it being 4th and short or a potential first down, it's a little bit longer, and I do think you have to punt. Syracuse gets some momentum back, and now they're only down 2 scores. Wow, this is some really, really, really good quarterbacking. You can see that they have a quick motion right here for the tight end, and Syracuse has already elected to bring a pretty heavy blitz. And guess what? Tennessee has the absolute perfect call for this, which is just a quick little running back flare. And this time, the blocking is a lot better. You could tell Tennessee is really, really, really well coached. That this receiver right here notices he has nothing out here to block, so he finds the backside safety who's replacing these linebackers. He's responsible for this running back all the way over here, and this is just the perfect call for the play. You could not have called a better play than that versus that look, and that gives Bishop a lot more time to set up some blocks. And, of course, Kitzelman and the crew are able to get it done out there in space. Man, this was an absolute big play. 3rd and 7, and honestly, I was perfectly fine with this decision to go for the jugular. I'm not the absolute biggest fan of just throwing kill shots in the spot, because if you pick up some yards, you can potentially go for it on 4th. But versus single high, knowing that your receivers, in particular Matthews, has had a good day, why not take this shot down the field? And even though it's not complete, overall, we talk so much about the deep ball accuracy last year of Nico. It was atrocious. This ball, look at where it's placed. I mean, we could argue pass interference. I actually agree with this decision to let it go. But, man, the ball placement from Aguilar in this game was freaking fantastic. Time to put this game away. Why not give it to the man from the best state in the continental U.S.? It is my guy Star. I mean, look at this blocking. This is just absolutely perfect. I'm telling you, the choreography of this is really, really, really good. Look at how tight, first off, these splits are, okay? Just for everyone watching, normally offensive line splits aren't this tight, okay? So for them to be this tight, for you to not hardly ever see Tennessee's offensive linemen tripping over each other, that's really good coaching, really good synchronization. And guess what? You get some really good down blocks right here by Lance Hurd, who might be coming into his own here. Good pulls right here, and just look at this hole to run through, okay? Backside safety can't get there in time to fill, and look at this. My goodness gracious, I feel bad for this Ed. Somebody give him an ice bath on the way home. Oh! That's just nasty. Absolutely nasty. I'm sorry, I get excited when I see stuff like that. And then, of course, for you to be a single-digit running back at Tennessee, you got to make that safety miss. You're able to do it, and you fall forward for all these extra yards. Let's freaking go. Remember the first play of the game? Guess what? Tennessee comes back to it. Little play-action fake right here. This time it's wide open, and all you got to do is play pitch and catch. Boom. I like the fact that he threw it behind him to protect him for the safety. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's some good stuff. And then obviously Brazel, I think I sometimes call him Harrell for whatever reason, picks up a nice gain. The Tulane transfer. So this is a big, storyline here. Only a couple of multiple-year starters, Lance Hurd and Wendell Moe, got a first-year starter at right tackle, first-year starter at left guard, somewhat inexperienced center. This is freaking ridiculous stuff from Josh. Honestly, let's give Aguilar a lot of credit, man. The dude just made plays. And even though this was called back for a penalty, you could tell that they were trying some kind of slip action. He sees that this time Syracuse has pretty much everything covered. It actually did eventually get open, but part of that was because Aguilar was rolling out to the right side, and it is scramble drill time. He keeps his footing. And honestly, this is some really, really, really good playmaking right here. Throws a good low ball, and this should have been a tutty, but it was called back for a penalty. But this right here really iced the game. Obviously, 3rd and 6, and what does Josh Heupel do? He runs. Yet again, they would go on to tack a touchdown. These blocks are just so freaking nasty. Look at this movement. These Syracuse defenders are all the way at a Buc-ee's right now. God bless. Josh Heupel, what a master. Joey Aguilar, better game than any that freaking Nico played all of last year, and I'm not exaggerating. He really was that good. And let's give that Tennessee defense a lot of credit. Now, there are some extra film studies. Once again, please check out that membership option. It helps us out in a very big way. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom! Tonight, we are doing chicken enchiladas.